Hello everyone, hello Miss Emmy and hello to my friends watching this video. I hope you're doing well and hope you have a good day too. So this is a video for my midterm project. Before we jump to the video and discussion, let me tell you my name is Aliana Purabdillah and you can call me Alia. Today I wanted to talk about the teaching English in a globalized EFL context. So basically this case is about a senior high school in Indonesia that wants to redesign the English curriculums. The teachers have different opinion. Some think students should learn English by following British and American English as closely as possible, but others think students should focus more on using English for international communication, especially because English today is often used to communicate with other non-native speakers. And in my opinion, this is a very relevant issue because English today is not only used to talk to native speakers, but it also used to communicate globally with people from different countries, different culture, right? First, let's talk at EFL and Word Englishes. EFL stands for English as a Foreign Language. This is the situation in Indonesia because English is learned as a foreign language, not used as the main language in our daily life. So, the global status of English developed through history. It first spread through British colonization, and later it becomes stronger because of the influence of the United States in business, education, media, and technology. So, because of this, English is now used in many different contexts around the world. This is where the idea of word English comes in. So, word Englishes mean English has developed into many uh, different varieties. So, English is not only British or American anymore, but different countries use English in their own ways, depending on their culture and communication needs. And this affect English teaching because teachers should prepare students for real communication, not only for limiting native speakers. Next, I want to talk about the differences between the EFL and ELF. EFL or English as an international language focus on English as a global communication tool, while ELF or English as a lingua franca focuses more on how English is used when non-native speakers communicate with each other. If teachers only focus on native speakers, accuracy, students may become to focus on being perfect. But if teachers focus on communication, students can become more confident and practical users of English. For Indonesian students, being able to communicate clearly is often more important than sounding exactly British or American, right? Know about which aspect of English should stay standardized. Some things should still be standard, like grammar, sentence structure, and pronunciation, and that is clear enough to be understood. And these are important because they help communications stay effective. But some things can be more flexible, such as accent, speaking style, and exposure to different English varieties. And students don't have to sound exactly like a native speakers, and the main goal should be intelligibility, which means being understood. And this also connects to world Englishes because this concept challenges the traditional idea that British and American English are the only correct models. And today, there are many accepted varieties of English like Indian English, Singaporean English, and Philippine English. Teachers should expose students to these varieties to help them become more adaptable in real life communication. Another important thing is the differences between language learning and language acquisition. So language learning is when students study grammar rules and memorize the vocabulary, and language acquisition is more natural. It happens when students use English in real life interaction, like daily talk with their friends like this. I think teacher should combine both language learning and language acquisition. Basically, student needs a formal lesson, but they also need activities like group discussion, role plays, and projects to make a student more active, more confident in English for our real life situation. Lastly, the curriculum should balance communicative effectiveness, eligibility, and cultural awareness. And students should be able to express their ideas clearly, be easily understood, and also understand cultural differences when communicating. And SLA theories also support this idea. For example, according to Creation's input hypothesis, students learn better when they get English input that they can understood. But that is still a little more challenging than their current level. Then Vygotsky, as a socio-cultural theory, explains that students can learn more effectively through interaction with teachers and classmates. That's why activities like discussion, group work, and collaboration are very important in learning English. To conclude, I believe English learning in Indonesia should not only focus on copying British or American English. Instead, it should help students use English for global communication. Main goal is not to sound exactly like native speakers, but to be able to communicate confidently, clearly, and effectively with people from different cultures and different countries. Thank you for listening my video, especially for Miss Emmy, and I'm sorry if my video and my pronunciation sometimes like a little bit confusing. I hope you understand, and I'm sorry if there are any mistakes. Thank you. Bye bye.